Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this new video. This time we are going to be talking about internet privacy with Whonix. Now, if you know of Tor, the Tor network, you know that Tor has a browser that you can download on your computer and you can securely browse the web and avoid being detected by the advertising servers and by people tracking your whereabouts and your web browsing activity. Now, out of that project, there is another service called Whonix, in which they offer not only a web browser, but they offer a desktop environment that is going to protect not only your web browsing activity, but it's going to protect the activities that you're going to be doing or performing on this desktop environment. Now, this configuration is not that simple if you're new to computers or anything like that. The reason for that is because you have to download the VirtualBox image and then you have to import it into your configuration. And the process, to be honest with you, is not that complicated. You can just go to the download page. You go to the download page and you have to select the host operating system that you are running VirtualBox on. So before you do this, you need to have VirtualBox installed. And then you have to select the platform that you want to download. All this is going to be on VirtualBox, and then you're going to be able to import that. Now, because you're going to be downloading this through the Tor network, the download is going to take quite some time. And when you download it, you're going to download only one file, as you see here. And what you need to do after you download the file, simply go into your VirtualBox and import that appliance. And when you import the appliance, the interesting thing and what makes this solution so powerful is that you're going to be downloading or the system is going to download and install two files. Let me say it again. You're going to download one file, but that one file is two virtual machines. One of them is going to be your gateway, by which, and the other is going to be the workstation, and this is the workstation right here. So the way it's going to work, the workstation is going to route all the traffic to the anonymous gateway that you have here to add another layer of protection and security and privacy to your web browsing. If you know that, or perhaps you know, you can download your Tor web browser, but there still is a chance that you can be tracked down, right? Because of IP and DNS leakages, which is one of the main problems. And this is something that Whonix is addressing by providing a complete desktop environment for you in which you're going to be able to browse the web. As you can see here, you're going to have built-in web browsers and you're going to have some built-in applications that you can use. You have email reader, file browsing if you want to do all that. So when it comes to security and privacy, one of the things that are going to reveal your identity is metadata. And this is one of the issues that Whonix is addressing right here, is protecting your metadata and is isolating and sending all your requests through the proxy, and then you're going to be hopefully completely anonymous, right? Because that's what we want. Now, there is a misconception that people think that only criminals are going to use services like this, and that cannot be further from the truth. People who value privacy, people who don't want to be constantly being targeted by advertisers and all these ISP companies and web tracking cookies selling your information online. And not only that, there's a more serious aspect of it. If you work or if you live in a government that is oppressive, authoritarian, if you live in a dictatorship, you know that people's life could be at risk if they are found sending information out or collecting information. So this adds another layer of protection, and it has some social good behind it. So with that being said, before you install Whonix, remember that you need to have VirtualBox installed, and then you have to import the files, and that's gonna do everything for you. You don't have to do anything. Once the files are up and running, once you start the VMs are going to automatically update themselves with the latest configurations and definitions, so on and so forth, whatever it has right there. So there is a good way to keep anonymity and compartmentalize what you're doing, right? And again, this is a great solution for, journalists, specialists, people who are maybe in oppressive regimes. It's a serious business. So as you could see here, you could use it. It's gonna open as your search engine is gonna be DuckDuckGo, which is a great search engine for privacy and security. Now, as I mentioned before, you may be thinking, why don't we just use Tor? As I mentioned to you, because with Tor, your identity, and by your identity, I'm referring to the identity of the device you are using, that perhaps that could reveal your location, could reveal your browsing habits, browsing preferences, even your browsing history, and the list goes on. It's going to be protected not only at the application level, but also at the operating system level. So it is a great solution. So I would say go ahead and give it a try. Now, one of the problems that you are going to have with this, if you want to use this as your main desktop operating system, is like, and if you're using the web browser option, that's what I'm focusing on. It is the same problem that you're going to have with Tor. There are some websites that are blocking anything coming out of the Tor network, and there are some websites that will force you to install tracking cookies that if you don't install them, the website is not going to work. And the other thing is, obviously, it's going to be slower because you're going to be going through the Tor browser. And not only that, you're going to be going through the Tor browser, and you're going to be going through your gateway, which in this case is working as the proxy to get out. Let me give you an example right here. Let's say that you want to go to what is, let me just type my IP, which it should track down your physical location, right? So I'm gonna come down here, and as you could see, it's taking a long time, and it's checking the IP address, and it's gonna say we value your privacy, blah blah blah. I'm gonna disagree, and it's showing the IPv6, and it's gonna check for the IPv4. Now in this case, I am located in the US, but maybe this is routing me through, in this case, not maybe, it is routing me through Poland, right? So if I go, let's say that I want to go to another website, and let me check right here. It's still trying to find out the IPv4. If I go to another website, like for instance, jetblue.com, and it's doing its thing, some of these sites, they do really want to track you down to your last thought, right? So if you don't accept the cookies, some of the functions or features of the site, as you can see right here, are not going to work. It's going to show you an error message saying facing some technical difficulties. And that is because they want to track you down, and they know that if you are like sitting behind a Tor proxy, they're not going to be able to do that. Also, if you are accessing your bank's website, let's say that you want to go to tdbank.com or whatever financial institution you use, they may flag this connection as suspicious. So in this case, the connection is denied because they know that it is coming from a Tor proxy, so they are blocking those IP addresses. But there may be other sites that accept those connections. So if I go to www, let's say Wells Fargo.com. Well, in this case, it's denied too. Probably they're denying everything coming out of that. Now, if you're using this type of solution, like you're not going to be using Whonix to access your bank account, right? I mean, there's no point for that. You could do that from your phone. And if you're accessing your bank account, they already have all your information. So this is not the use case for that, but I just wanted to show you that there may be some websites that are gonna deny access if you're using that. But the beautiful thing of this is that you can use this as your desktop environment that is very secure, by the way. This is working on a secure distribution of Ubuntu or Debian, I should say, that is called Kick Secure, which is a locked down operating system that is not going to be disclosing information out there, and it's going to have all the services closed unless you explicitly open them, and it's very secure. So you could use this as your desktop environment. As you could see, you have a file access systems like Explorer or any other file system that you can use to organize your files, save your files, and you could have a file sharing functionalities here if you go through some of the built-in applications, or you could go to Application Finder and you could go for the applications that you would like to use in here: mail reader, metadata cleaner, mouse touchpad, so on and so forth. And you could even install, if you want, a file sharing distribution software on this and be able to route through the Tor network to distribute those files to the other sources. So it goes beyond just the web browser application. It offers a desktop environment that's going to be more secure than just downloading Tor on your computer. So I hope this information was useful to you and that you consider this project as something that perhaps you would like to use. As I mentioned before, this is not something that only criminals use or anything like that. It's a project for those who value privacy and security, and for those like me who are tired of being tracked down every time that we browse something on the web or that we perform any desktop activity, because now even Microsoft is tracking you. Well, not now, they've always done it, but even the desktop operating system is tracking all that activity, and who knows where that data is going. If you want to learn more about the project, go to whonix.org. They have a wiki section, the about, that's going to go deeper into the way they do things. And it's going to show you the documentation. And if you feel compelled to it, feel free to donate to keep privacy private, right? To keep these privacy projects going that benefit all of us. So I hope this was useful. It's not much for me to show you other than introducing you to this utility, the possibilities that you have, and giving you a better understanding of why you would like to use something like this. And I hope this information was useful. If it was, all I ask you to do is click on the like button, consider subscribing to the channel to get notification of future videos, and also leave a nice comment in the comment section, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm so other people can find and benefit from this content. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you on the next video.